Hello again, folks. Welcome back, and thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Now, I was out and about working last night, and I happened to come across an elderly gentleman. He was middle class type. He had a big, huge home. He lived by himself. You could see by the things he had, he was well off. And because he knows who I am, we always speak politics, always on friendly terms, mind you. He's on the opposite side to what I'm on, but you know, I don't hold that against him. He's always civilised, always pleasant. And I'm not afraid to say this, but some things he says, he speaks common sense. You know, I think he's one of these old school lefties anyway. And so the subject last night was the protests springing up all across the UK. He'd seen a few of my live streams when I've attended the Epping Bell Hotel and the Britannia Hotel in London. He watched them all with interest, he says. Now, it's his opinion that these protests are all a big, massive, or a short flash in the pan. As soon as the summer holidays are over, they'll finish. And he reckons as soon as the kids are back in school, the unemployed parents who attend them, he believes, will then stay at home and everyone will have forgotten about it. Well, my argument was this: the protests are not going to stop. The protests are not a flash in the pan. The protests are not a one-time thing. And I believe the majority of people who go to these protests do so because they believe in something. They believe in Britain and that they deserve better. And they believe the only way to get the government to listen to them without inciting violence is by protesting. I said to the guy, this is like the Cuban Missile Crisis stage of civil dissent here in the UK. It's one step away from some sort of conflict. Now, I've argued before, I don't think there will be any conflict or civil war in my lifetime here in Britain, but I'm starting to change my mind. And I'm changing my mind because the other side, the government, simply aren't listening. And the people won't stand to not being listened to for long. There are more of these hotels being found out where they're housing illegal migrants, which means there are more protests, and they're springing up all over the country. Nearly every weekend there's a new location, and nearly every day there's a new revelation about these people committing crimes. And the communities where these hotels are, they don't feel safe and they've had enough. I will bet good money as soon as these summer holidays are over, these protests will continue. And they will continue because the government aren't listening. This so-called one-in, one-out scheme by Keir Starmer means nothing. If you look at the news, it's like 200 in every day, or was it 400 odd the other day, and none out. And then there's the gobsmacking revelation that the rubber dinghies they're using to sail over here are getting sent back to France to be reused. Ah, dear. I am very, very scared for this country. I have children, and I simply don't want them to grow up in a country where they're not allowed to say what they think, and they can walk the streets whatever time of day they choose without feeling scared that an illegal migrant will do something to them. These people are unvetted, ladies and gents. We have no idea who these people are. And if they're true refugees, then I'm the Bishop of Barton Wells. And things aren't going to get better, they're going to get worse. And it's only a matter of time, when, not if, mass organised violence is going to break out. And I'm not talking the Southport riots here. I'm talking proper organised locals who want to be trained and they want leaders. And that's when it starts, folks. I promise you. Again, it's not something I want here in Britain, but I'm just putting my Nostradamus goggles on. And you can see it coming. Sadly, you really can. And the only people who can stop this is the government, Keir Starmer. They could use every resource they have into stopping these people coming over at the southern coast. Don't bother sending money to France, the millions or billions we've given them so far. It's a waste of money. They're doing nothing to earn it. They don't care. If anything, they're helping them. But it's not going to happen, is it? It really isn't. For some reason, the government want these people here and, well, the end result doesn't bear thinking about, does it? And there we go. I'm past 49. Thanks for watching. And until the next time, Roger Trout.